Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about something that's not always easy to bring up, but it's something many people think about, notice, and even quietly worry about. We're diving into 5 ugly things some seniors do as they age, habits or patterns that are common but rarely talked about openly. Now, before we go any further, let's make one thing clear. This is not about shaming anyone. Aging is natural. Changes in how we act, move, and interact with the world are completely normal. But some of these habits, while often unintentional, can make others feel uncomfortable, distant, or even concerned, and no one wants to feel isolated just because of something they didn't realize they were doing. So in today's video, we're bringing these things into the light with honesty, compassion, and practical ways to fix them. Let's get started. Habit number 1, negative talking or constant complaining. Let's start with the first habit and probably the most common one, negative talking. You've probably seen this before. Maybe it's a grandparent who constantly criticizes the news, complains about the food, or finds something wrong with every little thing. Now, let's be fair, when you've lived through decades of ups and downs, it's normal to have strong opinions. But constant negativity can wear people down, especially younger family members who may already be dealing with stress. Why does this happen? Sometimes it comes from pain, fear, or feeling unheard. When someone's body isn't working the way it used to, or they feel ignored by society, frustration builds up, and that frustration comes out as complaining. But over time, it pushes people away. Family visits become shorter. Conversations dry up. And that only leads to more loneliness and resentment. So what can you do to fix this? Start noticing your tone. Are you leading with complaints? Try replacing negative comments with questions or curiosity. Keep a small gratitude list. Even writing down 2 to 3 small wins each day can shift your energy. Let others speak first. Listen more than you speak. You don't have to pretend everything is perfect. But people are drawn to those who make them feel hopeful, not heavy. Habit number 2, ignoring personal hygiene. This one's delicate but really important, letting go of personal hygiene. We're talking about things like not showering regularly, wearing stained or unwashed clothes, bad breath, body odor, or untrimmed nails, hair that hasn't been brushed or cut in months. It might sound superficial, but here's the truth. Personal hygiene doesn't just affect how others see us, it deeply affects how we feel about ourselves. And when seniors stop taking care of their appearance, it's often a sign of deeper issues like depression, memory loss, or a physical limitation that makes bathing or dressing difficult. It can also be about control. Some older adults resist help because they don't want to feel like a burden or lose their independence. But the impact is real. People may avoid hugging, sitting close, or visiting altogether. Not because they don't love you, but because they don't know how to handle the awkwardness. So here's how to fix it. Make hygiene routines easier. Use no-rinse wipes, grab bars, and shower stools. Set reminders for daily care, using phone alarms or written checklists. Ask for help with dignity. You can say, "I'd like a little help getting fresh before dinner." Keep your clothing simple but clean. Even basic grooming can lift your mood. Looking your best isn't about vanity. It's a signal to yourself and the world. I still care. I'm still here. Habit number 3, interrupting or dominating conversations. Next on the list, taking over conversations or interrupting without realizing it. It usually comes from good intentions. Many older adults have so much wisdom and life experience that they're eager to share. They want to relate to others, add perspective, or offer advice. But when every conversation circles back to, "Well, when I was your age," or "You think that's bad?" Let me tell you about 1973. It can feel like the younger person's story is getting hijacked. People, especially younger generations, start feeling unheard or talked over. This can happen even more when there are hearing issues involved. Someone might interrupt simply because they didn't catch the last part of what was said. Or maybe they're afraid they'll forget their point if they don't say it right away. But over time, this can create a wall in conversations. People may stop calling or visiting, not because they don't love you, but because it feels hard to connect. Here's how to shift this. Practice the 2-second pause before responding. Let others finish first. Ask follow-up questions before telling your own story. Show curiosity. Acknowledge when you interrupt and gently pull back. Use hearing aids if needed. Not catching the full conversation can lead to miscommunication. Conversations are a two-way street, and when you create space for others to share, they'll come back to you again and again. Habit number 4, being judgmental or stuck in old ways. Here's one that's often rooted in a good place, but can come across as difficult for others to be around. Being overly judgmental, critical, or resistant to change. This might sound like, kids these days don't have any respect. Why are you wasting money on that nonsense? In my day, we didn't need all this mental health talk. Now look, there's absolutely value in tradition and lived experience. You've earned your opinions. But when they're delivered with rigidity or disapproval, it can make younger people feel judged, misunderstood, or dismissed. And here's what's often happening under the surface. The world has changed fast. Technology, language, relationships, even values, it's a lot to keep up with. And when you've spent a lifetime doing things a certain way, sudden changes can feel threatening or even like a loss of identity. But staying open, curious, and kind even when things don't make sense to you keeps relationships alive, especially with grandkids and younger generations. So here's how to make a powerful shift. Replace judgment with curiosity. Ask questions like, tell me more about why that matters to you. If something shocks you, pause. You don't have to approve of everything to still be loving. Acknowledge differences without making it a battle. Try, that's not how I grew up, but I'm open to understanding it. Keep an open heart. You don't need to become someone you're not, but being adaptable helps others feel safe around you. People are more likely to listen to your wisdom when they feel respected in return. Staying flexible is a superpower at any age. Habit number 5, talking too much about ailments, medications, or death. Let's get real for a second. Every aging person goes through changes in health. It's natural. It's human. But there comes a point where talking too often or too much about illnesses, medications, or death can push others away, especially younger family members or friends who may feel helpless, overwhelmed, or simply unsure how to respond. We're talking about comments like, my back's been killing me for 3 weeks now. This new blood pressure pill makes me pee every 10 minutes. I think I'm going soon. I just feel it. Look, these are valid concerns. And it's okay to share how you feel, but when every conversation centers on pain or fear, it becomes emotionally heavy for others. They may start to feel like spending time with you is always sad or draining. That's not what you want. So what's the fix? Set a small mental timer. Share your health update, but keep it to a minute or 2, then switch topics. Balance the heavy with the hopeful. Mention a hobby, memory, or uplifting thought after sharing something tough. Save deeper health conversations for appointments or close friends who offer that kind of support. Practice light talk with grandkids and visitors. Ask about their life, their day, their dreams. You don't have to fake positivity. But remember, your energy sets the tone for every interaction. Mixing honesty with hope can go a long way. When habits are actually calls for help. Now let's be clear, sometimes these ugly habits we've talked about aren't just annoying patterns. They're actually signals. Signals that someone might be depressed, in pain, lonely, struggling with early memory loss, feeling forgotten or irrelevant. And when these root issues go unaddressed, the habits worsen. More negativity, more isolation, more physical or mental decline. That's why noticing these things is so important. Not to judge, not to shame, but to reach out with compassion and maybe offer help before things get worse. So what can you do? Check in gently. Say, I've noticed you've seemed a bit more down lately. Want to talk about it? Offer support instead of criticism. Can I help you come up with a simple morning routine? Get others involved, family, a doctor, or a caregiver if things feel beyond what you can handle alone. And most importantly, don't give up on someone just because they've become hard to be around. Often, the people who push others away the most are the ones who need love the most. What to remember if you're a senior watching this? If you're watching this and thinking, oh, I do some of these things, I want to say something really important. You're not alone. Aging is not easy, and many of these habits come from places of grief, frustration, or fear of becoming invisible. But you are not invisible. You are still a teacher, a source of laughter, a keeper of stories, a person with value no matter what age the calendar says. And every time you choose to shift one of these habits, even just a little, you open the door for connection, joy, and healing. So don't be hard on yourself. Just stay open. It's never too late to reconnect with the people you love and show them the vibrant soul behind the wrinkles. What family and friends can do. Now let's shift gears for a moment because this message isn't just for seniors. It's also for the families, caregivers, and friends who love them. If you've noticed one or more of these habits in someone close to you, the worst thing you can do is ignore it or worse, criticize them bluntly. Most seniors aren't trying to be difficult. They're doing their best in a world that's changing faster than their bodies or minds can keep up with. So here's how you can support someone you care about. Lead with kindness, not correction. Say, I've missed hearing your stories lately instead of you always talk about yourself. Model the behavior you hope to see. Stay positive, curious, and open in conversations. Make it easy for them to succeed. If hygiene's the issue, offer help setting up a better bathroom setup. If it's isolation, call more often, even for 10 minutes. Don't shame them, invite them in. Let them feel included, even if they're slower, quieter, or a bit stubborn. And if something's really serious, like signs of depression or cognitive decline, don't be afraid to get professional support. It's not a betrayal, it's care. Small changes, big impact. Here's what's incredible about this entire conversation. Most of these ugly habits can be changed. They're not set in stone. They're not personality flaws. They're usually just small patterns that have crept in unnoticed, habits shaped by pain, by aging, by fear, or just by routine. But with a little awareness and a lot of heart, those same habits can be softened, healed, and transformed into bridges for connection. And it doesn't take a grand gesture. Sometimes just saying, tell me what's on your mind, or how can I help you feel more like yourself today, can spark something new. Aging doesn't mean fading. It means evolving. And evolution is still possible at 60, 70, 80, and beyond. Why this matters more than ever. In a world that's so focused on youth, it's easy to forget something powerful. Seniors are still leaders, still mentors, still anchors in the family. But when these ugly habits go unchecked, they can slowly create distance. That's not fair to the senior, and it's not fair to the people who love them. That's why this video exists, not to criticize, but to open a conversation. To say, we see you, and we want to stay connected. To say, it's okay to need help, and it's never too late to grow. Because sometimes all it takes is awareness. Just shining a light on something hidden and watching how much love floods in. Recap. The 5 ugly habits and how to fix them. Let's do a quick recap of what we've covered today. 1. Constant complaining or negative talk. Fix it by shifting toward gratitude, asking questions, and allowing joy to coexist with hardship. 2. Letting go of personal hygiene. Fix it by simplifying routines, asking for help with dignity, and recognizing that self-care equals self-respect. 3. Interrupting or dominating conversations. Fix it by listening more, pausing before speaking, and showing interest in others' stories. 4. Being judgmental or resistant to new ideas. Fix it by staying curious, practicing flexibility, and remembering that love matters more than being right. 5. Talking too much about ailments or death. Fix it by balancing honest sharing with uplifting moments, and keeping the emotional tone light where possible. Each of these shifts is doable, and each one opens a new door to closeness, peace, and joy at any age. Closing message: aging with dignity and heart. So, whether you're aging yourself or walking alongside someone who is, here's the truth I want you to take away. You matter. Your presence matters. And your ability to evolve never expires. Aging isn't about becoming invisible, it's about becoming even more yourself. Wiser, softer, more free, and yes, more loving than ever before. Ugly habits? We all have them. But awareness, honesty, and compassion can turn them into opportunities. Opportunities to reconnect, to laugh again, to be seen again, to be loved more deeply, not less. So don't be afraid of change. Don't be afraid of feedback. And never be afraid to become the person others look forward to being around, no matter how old you are. If this video resonated with you, if it made you think of someone you love or even yourself, please consider subscribing to the channel. Here at Wellness and Wisdom, we create videos just like this to explore aging, caregiving, emotional health, and the things that really matter in life's later chapters. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. And share this with someone who might need a gentle nudge today. Let's keep learning, growing, and loving together. Thanks for being here. Take care of yourself and each other. I'll see you in the next video.